Virginia, and a place called Craigsville. It's a very little town, like a village. And my husband passed away when in '92, and we had two sons, and they were growing up and finished school and had jobs, got married. So I've had this desire all my life to work for God, and I worked hard in the church, our churches, to do just anything that needed done. But all of a sudden now my life is free. And so I'd go out into this field and I'd pray to God. It was a routine thing. I'd do hours every day. I'd go out there and I'd pray. And I got the desire to go to Bible college. And I heard of this man called Andrew Womack, and I heard him on the radio one time. And what I did was, one time when I was listening to his program on the radio, at the end of it, he said he had a Bible college in Colorado. And God told me that's where I want you to go. And so I
How old were you?
Now, right now, at this time, I was 50 years old.
Oh, okay.
And so I got in contact with him, and school had already started that year, and he said for me to send my application in, and they accepted me. I got accepted, and I went there with 2 old farm dogs and what I could load up in a little old wagon, like car, you know. It was and we drove all the way to Colorado. This took 2 days to drive.
From West Virginia?
From West Virginia. And I stayed at a hotel one night, and I told God I had $500 in my pocket. And I said, now God, this hotel room took an awful lot of that $500. I need a place real bad, and I need a job. And I went to the school, and that I was really happy with going to the school. And God told me I was going to go work at the post office. Well, everybody knows that it's hard to get a job at the post office, but and Andrew and and the teachers of the college would say, "Now, honey, you just find any kind of work to keep you in the college." And I said, "Well, God said I was going to work in the post office." And when it come November, they hire extra people for Christmas. Well, they hired me. And so I had a good job, a really good paying job. And I went stayed there 2 years in college. And we went on a mission trip the second year. And a mission trip took us into Uganda. And then we come into Kenya for 1 week into Kisumu. Well, I went to Kisumu, and all the homeless children. It was overwhelmed me because I've never seen small children like our guys here living on the streets with no parents and hungry. And so I really, that week, all I done was try to feed a lot of children. And so when I was leaving, when the plane was going up in the air, I just started crying. I said, God, I need to be here to take care of these babies. No one's caring if they're fed or not. And, you know, God said, you're coming back. And I went home and finished my college, which was wonderful for me. Brought me real close to God. And I went back to Craigsville, West Virginia, and went to work for West Virginia Mental Health. Right off, they called me right off, took me right in, and I worked with alcoholics and drug addicts. It was my work there. Now I thought, you know, this is not my calling, but I'd never had a whole lot to do with drug addicts and alcoholics, but I really started to love them. You know, I found out they needed some love too. But then, but every day I waited and for God to say it's time to go. So a friend of mine that I'd met in Uganda called Ruth Potter. She had a school there, and she called me, and she said, you know, I'd like you to come to Uganda and help me with my school. Well, I told her I wasn't called to Uganda, I'm called to Kenya. And she said, well, maybe you misunderstood. And I said, well, I don't think so, but I'll come. And since I'm invited, I'll come. So I went to Uganda, stayed 1 month, and no, this isn't where I belong. It was good work, but it wasn't where I belong. So I just got on the bus and rode into Kisumu, Kenya. And I had $500 in my pocket. And again, because my brother had gave it to me before I left home. And I found me a real cheap hotel. It was 1,000 shillings a night, and that comes to $11 a night.
Did you know anybody in Kenya at that time?
Nobody, absolutely nobody. But I know this was where I was called. So I started walking around in Kisumu, and I met this guy from England that was working with the street children. So I thought, I'm going to work with him, see what I can do. And I worked with him about 2 months, and he said, well, I need to go back to England. I'll be back in a week. But he never came back, and I didn't know what to do. So I stayed with the children for 2 weeks, and then I met this Dr. Jones, who said he had done his internship in Charlotte, Virginia. And he said he was from Bungoma and asked me would I be interested in doing an orphanage in Bungoma. So I thought, you know, this sounds good. And he said, well, you come visit 1 weekend and you make up your mind. So I got in my tattoo. Off I went to come to Bungoma and met his people, and he had a lot of people working for him, and he had a lot of vehicles, and he was distributing a lot of medicine, doing a lot of good with the people. So I went to, he put
Here you go.
Okay, Daniel, then we got Daniel, but he'd been thrown in the bush. Then we got Michael. His mother had 3 children already. She didn't want no more children. She didn't have a husband, and she was just going to throw him. So I got Daniel at birth, and then Stephen's running around here somewhere, but his mother had left him with her mother, and went somewhere and got married to another man, and the mother and the grandmother couldn't keep him, so she asked me would I take him. So I got my Stephen that away, and then we got who's after Stephen.
Is this Stephen?
This is
Oh,
Stephen.
you're cute, Stephen.
And then we got who's after Stephen. Peter and Paul are twins.
How
that
old
was
are they?
The joy of our life.
1 year
They're
old.
they're 22 months now,
Oh, goodness.
and they're the joy of our life. Their mother also didn't have a husband, and she was just a young girl. She didn't want the twins, and so she asked me to take them. And we took them when they was just a month old. And then we got Oliver. Oliver came after her. Oliver came because Jordan, she loves Oliver. She fell in
sure
love
does.
with him, and she wanted him to have a good place to live. And we was happy to take him. He's a blessing. And then we got Callie. Here's Callie.
Hey,
We
Kelly.
got Kelly, his sister. We have her. She's in school, and his sister has a baby named Leah, and she's just 10 months old. And we got, so that's our family. And
So how long have you been here in
I've
Kenya?
been here. It's 9 years now.
And how old are you?
Now
you don't
I'm
mind me asking.
I'll be 65 next month.
Wow, you don't look it.
May.
And I plan on, I'll be here the rest of my life. They'll have to throw me out to get rid of me.
Any
Because
regrets?
The only regret I have, I didn't come earlier.
Oh,
Because my husband passed away at 92. I should have came then,
in 1992.
in 1992.
Oh.
So I spent a lot of years, lonely years, with now my life is so full. And God has blessed us with prosperity and good health for all my children.
How do you fundraise, or how do you?
This word of mouth.
Wow.
I have no organization,
Wow.
and my brother has a church who takes care of my money, but they don't advertise me or anything. They just take care of.
It's all God.
It's all God, and of course CBC, the Bible college I went to, they know about me, and so they talk about me some at their school, which really blesses my family. But this is my family, and
How often do you go back to West
I've never
Virginia?
been back,
Wow.
and I think I'll go back maybe just to see the grandchildren, because
Yeah.
I have 2 born that I haven't ever seen. Maybe in a few years, but you can't leave babies. You can't
Yeah.
leave the little ones for a long period of time.
Yeah.
So I don't have no plans about going back. But I'm very happy with my calling. And if anybody has a calling, go for it. And you'll see how blessed you get. You'll never regret it. And that's what I have to say.
Awesome.